Mitt Romney, obviously in a world of trouble. I've already called the election, so I don't know why he continues to campaign. So the reason I did is because he's down by about 10 points in Florida and Ohio. Very, very unlikely to make that up. Now, some say he's got the debates where he can make it up, and of course the debates start tomorrow night. And some say it's okay, he just has to look presidential and tack a little bit more to the center. I couldn't disagree more. Just tacking a little bit more towards the center, not as much right wing or looking like he could be president. Go, dude. If you're down by 1.5 points, yeah, go ahead and do all those slight adjustments, right? You're not down by 1.5 points. You need Florida and Ohio. And you're down double digits in some of the polls in those states. You need to tack massively in one way or another. That ain't going to do it. Now, can he overreach? Of course he can. And if he seems desperate in his attacks, well, that's not going to help him either. He'll look unpresidential. He better not do the Tim Pawlenty zinger strategy, like the worst jokes of all time. Like, we've seen Republicans try that. It's usually a disaster. It has been recently, at least. So I wouldn't suggest going in that direction, too. So what can Mitt Romney do? Well, I have a unique strategy. If I was Mitt Romney, I would attack President Obama from a progressive perspective. Now, you might think, no, you would do that if you were you, not if you were Romney. No. Even if I was Romney, why? The media calls everything even anyway. They're not going to say, oh my God, Romney attacked him from a progressive perspective. They'll never make that kind of analysis. They'll just know that he was attacked based on middle class, the rich, and what the results were. In fact, let me give you the numbers behind how I would do it if I were Romney. I'd point out the numbers. I'd say, first of all, look, we got 8.1% unemployment. So that's a disaster. So we've got 12.5 million people who are unemployed. Now, you've also got 8.2 million people that they can claim are underemployed, which means they have a job, but it's part-time. They'd like a full-time job, as an example. And there's 2.5 million people who would take a job, but they're so desperate they're not looking anymore. They've kind of given up. So you've got a total of 23 million people who want jobs who don't have them. Now, is this all President Obama's fault? Now, of course, you and I know that it's not. But you start with that fact. Hey, wait a minute, 23 million people, and you're the President of the United States. 8.1% unemployment, and you're the President of the United States. But you can't leave it right there. You've got to build on it. So how does he build on it? He says, wait a minute, look now. We got 46.7 million people who are on food stamps right now. And that has gone up 46% since President Obama took office. Now, unlike the Republicans, I wouldn't approach it by saying, oh, you're a food stamp president and you're trying to put everybody on welfare, et cetera. And all those lines of attack are tinged with racial issues. I would say, hey, listen, I know that you didn't necessarily want to expand the food stamp program. I know that some of it was expanded under the old administration, the Bush administration. But the reality is, you have not helped this economy grow. So those people wound up having to go on food stamps because you didn't do your job. You see, that's coming at them from the left, which Romney probably has never even thought of. But the reality is, those people are on food stamps, and they have not really been addressed. But it gets worse. Look, if you look at the poverty rate, here's something really interesting. First of all, it's obviously very high, right? We got 46 million people right now, or according to the latest numbers in 2011, who are in poverty. But look at the numbers going up since 2009. During the recovery, the poverty rate got worse. Now, why is that? Because the average American was not helped. And this would be the heart of my argument against President Obama if I was Mitt Romney in the debates. I would say, look at the middle class. It turns out they lost about 4.8% of their income. Now they're down to $50,964. That's down about 5% under your watch. So you talk about the middle class, but actions speak louder than words. You didn't deliver for the middle class. I would pound that home. I would say over and over again, middle class down 5%, middle class income down 5%, down 5%. You didn't deliver for the middle class. Even if you had the best of intentions, you didn't deliver for the middle class. And then finally, who did he deliver for? If the middle class didn't do well in his so-called recovery, if the poverty rate went up, well, Jesus, where'd the money go? Well, it went to the top 1%. Now, again, this is not because of the recession of George W. Bush. This is during the economic recovery. The 1% took home 93% of the income growth in 2010. during the recovery. So if I was Mitt Romney, I would go after President Obama on this. I'd say, hey, you say I'm for the rich, but look at who helped the rich. You did. 93% went to the top 1%. You say you're for the middle class and I'm not. You say you don't like my plans. And hey, I'll grant you that we don't know how my plans would work right now. I have tremendous confidence in them. You don't. But we already know how your plans worked. And the middle class went down 5%. Look, I might want to have a meal with you and you might be a nice guy. But this isn't time to kid around with nice guys. You need a serious man in serious times. And right now, you did not do your job. And as much as it pains us, we got to let you go, because I can't wait another 4 years where the rich get richer and the middle class takes another hit. That would be an effective attack against President Obama. Now, of course, Mitt Romney is not going to do that because he doesn't give a damn about the middle class, wouldn't do anything for them anyway, can't help, but can't wait to help the rich. So he doesn't want to do a strategy here where it would be counter to his actual goals. But if he was a really savvy Republican, he would pretend to be progressive, as he is, by the way, on Medicare. He's saying, oh my God, I can't believe Obama cut Medicare, which is not true, but he's saying that. I'm going to protect Medicare. So if you're pretending to be progressive there, why not pretend to be progressive here? And then, of course, after he wins, he'll do what he's going to do anyway, which is help the rich. But this is the right way to go after President Obama. Let's hope Mitt Romney doesn't realize.